Okay. It's your boy Hero 555109 here giving you a smackdown spit swapping makeout match of this big boy right here and his goat deck profile.
Alright.
What you run and what you play and how you do it.
Alright, so this is just Beatdown. Fun fact about this deck is that this deck was made way past when the format ended. People put this together with available go cards. It's actually become one of the most popular ones. This is a little off the track of what a traditional Zubi deck profile is, and I'll shout out to who gave me these ideas at the end. We're gonna start with 3 of the boy. This is the heart and soul of the deck. This is why it's called like Zoo Beatdown, is because Berserk Gorilla. It's probably the best level 4 beater in the entire like format, because it's just 2000 attack that you just throw on the board. You do have to attack with it though, but that's okay, because attacking consistently and constantly is like what this deck does. On to the next card, we have Tube Zoo. This card is pretty alright. It has some cool applications where like it can hit over stuff like, you know, Chaos Sorcerer, mainly Chaos Sorcerer, because you just banish like 3 of any card and it becomes like, I believe, 2400, which is enough to beat over Chaos Sorcerer, and it's just a really nice beat stick. Nothing too crazy. You'll notice that that's a lot of the trends with these cards, is that they're just big beat sticks. This is where Spice begins to happen. 3 Enraged Battle Ox. So what this does is it gives all my fucking beast monsters, like these guys right here, just piercing damage. And for people that don't play New Yu-Gi-Oh! And just stick to Go format, that means difference between defense and attack points, including itself. So this like normal listen just does piercing damage.
Piercing damage is one of my favorite
Yeah.
implications of Yu-Gi-Oh! Honestly, if I see something and it says it does piercing damage, automatically my brain says, "Oh, it's a good card."
Yeah, so like having a 2000 beater that you just normal summon in combination with this is just kind of wild, especially considering how much setting is done in the format. So like even if you're triggering for effects, you're smacking them for it. They're getting smacked for those effects. That's really it for like the beast part of the beast down. 2 Xarian. Are controversial.
Controversial if it's a real go card or not.
Yeah, basically, if it wasn't, this would be some other like level 4 high beater. It's just this one's really good because it's 1800.
It can do piercing.
It can do piercing, which is really nice. And then a fun thing that you can do is that you can set it on turn 1 if you don't really have anything,
and then they'll attack into it or something.
They'll either knock it and waste a knock, or they'll try to attack anything as a monster. Oh, it's 1900 defense. Take like at least like fucking 400, I think, give or take, and then they're bamboozled. They can't really, and then they won't have an answer. So I just
normally they want to attack into it anyway, just because if you're gonna flip and use an effect, like you're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So get rid of the monster.
So and then because it's flipped up, and they won't really have an answer to it because there's not much removal in this format. You just make just a beater, so some more damage. Really good card. If I ever play in an actual format where Xarian isn't, this will just be another like high level beater that does some niche things. This isn't in most traditional, like, most actual GOAT lists, especially Zoo, but I like it because I love this card. The Mystic Swordsman level 2. Yes, as also it is first edition. I think there's a little spec right here. But
that's okay. It's not on the card.
Basically, what this card does is
that's so nice.
Yes, it is. Whenever you attack it to defense position monster, it just destroys it like that without having to flip up. So if you're facing against standard goat or some shit like that, and they go T-set pass, you're like, all right, and you don't really do damage. You just summon this, and they'll just attack it.
It's like was it like Construct, right? Is a good card to Construct for set cards.
Yeah, basically. I want to say like
because it destroys them before damage. So they're not even get the flip effect. They just literally gets destroyed, right?
Yeah, they just literally get destroyed without flipping.
Yeah.
So either their flip effect goes off, or they have to like waste resources just to out this 900 monster.
Now what happens if you're gonna go against like a Zoo? Like what deck does this card would be bad in, or bad against, I should say?
Pretty much like the Zoo Mirror, essentially. Like that's pretty much it. Any super aggro decks. But it's fine. It's fine because, spoiler alert, we're in the one Book of Moon, so push comes to shove, Book of Moon, summon this or something like that. And if like that comes up, easy side out. It's not bad. I like that. I love that card. This is also straying away from the normal Zudbis, is the 1 Parshath. That's in here simply because if I just don't want any of these cards on the field anymore, like Bazoo just not doing work anymore, or Battle Oxes, I don't feel like dealing with Battle Ox. I can just tribute summon this, have this. It does the piercing that Battle Locks does, and I draw cards. Yes, it does. It does 18 damage. Woohoo!
And you draw a card.
And I draw a card, dude. It's great. 1900, one of the best cards in the format, and so that's just the one of. Any more, and I'd brick with it. And then these are just staple one of monsters: Tri, Breaker, DD Warrior Lady. And then exile. This just answers things. If I don't have the level, if I don't have the swordsman level 2, I can just spot removal, set card, and put them back. Mass removal, spell trap removal, becomes a beater, answers problems, you know, just stuff like that.
Careful when you're spreading out the cards. Once you get over like around this area, it starts getting a little glary.
Yeah, well, it's because my cards are shiny. Yeah. Onto the spell cards. Trinity. Don't need to explain. It's a go deck profile. 2 noblemen because setting cards is very popular. Oh my, that's just my phone.
Look at that.
Yeah, Hobby League. Thanks. Shout out to. I'll do shout outs at the end, but shout out to a friend that got me this. I'll shout him out. At the end.
Who's the friend? Sounds like a good guy.
We're not a shout out to you. We'll get there. But yeah, you know, Go format. If you play Go format, you don't know Nobleman Crossout does. Don't play Go format. Shit. Power card. Spell trap removal. Yeah, basically the rest of this is just one-ohs that everyone that plays Go format should know what they do.
You remember one Book of Moon?
Yeah, it's just the one. It's just the one of because I don't have room for any other ones. It's just a niche one of. This will go. I don't know. It's just cause. All right. It's a niche one of.
Yeah, it's just cause.
Just cause. It's basically just cause, and it comes up sometimes. But you know, it just pisses people back turn. Onto traps. The only 3 of in my entire deck is 3 Sakuretsu armor. This is to mostly deal with chaos. I guess monarchs if it comes up, but mostly chaos because BLS, chaos sorcerer, DMOC if you're playing against like the gate deck. This can even do like against a Parshath if it comes up, Thousand Eyes when it wants to swing at you. There's a lot of good targets for this, and it's the only 3 of, and I like it a lot. All my other cards are all 1-ohs, which ceasefire for, you know, if things get grindy.
I've seen this card do a lot of work. I've used it myself. Yeah. It's just done a lot of random work before.
Yeah, fun fact, you don't have to you can use it. It doesn't have to flip a monster to do burn damage, so you can this can just be a burn card to burn for game or just for damage, which is kind of fun.
Your opponent has like 3 monsters on board, a set card, and you have like 2 monsters on board for no reason. Like, wow, let me just do like 3,000 damage. Oh, by the way,
it's only for monsters, not
effect
for
monsters.
Yeah, all face.
It flips them all up.
Yeah, it flips them all up. So this is also good against like if you open this, you set this, they go 2-step pass, you activate this, and yeah, get shit on. Call Magic Cylinder because
you saw Andrew play it and now he needs to play it.
Well, it's just that, you know.
Yeah.
That's the one of memes aside from Monty, this card's actually really good in the format. It's not one in this format.
Back then this was a secret rare.
Yeah, this was a really
back when there were only 2 secret rares per box.
Yeah, burn damage, you know, hey, nice BLS, you take 3,000 basically. One bottomless deal with
bottomless.
Yeah, just to deal with things. A lot of Zoo decks play 3 Trap Dust Shoot. I did 1.2, but there was a point in time
where it gets too goddamn bricky.
Yeah, like this card's only really only good like turn 1. Truth be told.
Well, I mean, depending, but yeah, normally,
can apply after turn 1, but you have to get really, but like guaranteed, it's only good turn 1.
Personally, I would run. I mean, at least I do run. I run 2 because of the reason, like I don't want to break with it, but I do want to see it enough.
I might bump it up to 2. I might cut the Book of Moon for it if I want. Ring because, well, it's Ring. Mirror Force because it's the best trap card in the format. Don't at me. And then 1 skill drain. So a lot of people play like 3 of this. I've seen some lists play 3 of this.
I feel like you can also lose against it.
Yeah, I've personally shot myself in the foot with this card by just like shotgunning it. Because it turns off like my Exile Forces I need, my DD Warrior. Oh, I think it turns off the DD. I think it turns off just Warrior Lady. It doesn't turn off the Assailant, which we'll get to. It turns off like all my niche like spot removal monsters, my Battle Oxes, my Bazoos. It turns off way too much in this deck for me to like it to want to put it in 3. And I arguably might even just cut it out entirely with other things, but it's whatever. Onto my extra deck. There is no extra deck. So side deck. So side decking in Go format is really interesting, simply because there's no really right cards or stuff like that. There is and there isn't. Like there's a lot of flexibility in side decks. So the only 3 I think in my side deck is Dekoichi. So if so fun fact, the deck doesn't really have a really strong going first play. So you can side out something and get these instead, and people typically side out Nox against you because
they see your deck and they're like, wow, they don't set cards.
Yeah, you don't set monsters in this deck outside like the one example I mentioned earlier. So Nox so they'll side out Nox most of the time. So you throw these bad boys in, and this will turbo you into like engine cards or more side cards. And you just gain advantage like for free because they side out Nox against
And
you.
fun fact, the correct version of that card is ultimate rare.
Yeah, well, I'm building a computer right now, so I can't be spending money on cards right now. Assure Priest, Go tokens.
Yeah,
that's basically it.
I mean, it attacks every monster. I mean, it's a good card.
Yeah, but it's mostly to deal with like
the tokens.
Go tokens. DD Survivor simply because if I deal with like a Warrior Toolbox decks to deck, or Zumiri even if they're in like the DD stuff. So basically, if they have like a Warrior Lady or an Assailant, you just crash into it and it'll come back while theirs doesn't. It's really nice. Yeah. Warrior Assailant. I used to main this card, but I didn't. I swapped it out with the Battle Oxes, and I don't regret it. This card's really good against like the chaos decks. I side these in. I probably take out the Battle Oxes because they don't do much against chaos. Side these boys in, and these answer your BLSs, your sorcerers, everything. This card is really good. To side that, we got the 2 Rhoda. This searches out.
You said 2 red, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
I remember what format we're doing here.
Oh yeah, that's right. My modern Yugioh's kicking in. My bad. Oh, I'm pretty sure they called it Rhoda back in the day too. But yeah, this searches out your Survivor, your Assailants, your Warrior Ladies, and your Mystic Swordsman. Like I said, man, Mystic Swordsman. I love that card. This searches problem answers.
Searches problem answers.
Answers the problem. There we go. So, speaking of answers the problem, Smashing Ground. This is for Jinzo. That's it. This is also for Jinzo, but also maybe that fucking gate deck.
2 Jinzos.
2 Jinzos. If they want to be motherfucker. If they want to be like that.
I'm gonna extra win.
But yeah, this is this maybe also for that gate deck that sets up like a stupid that like kill that.
Are you talking about John's deck?
Not John's.
Is that Pac-Man?
No, I'm talking but. The gate deck where they like monster get into a bunch of advantage and if they don't actually kill you. They
that deck's pretty good. What are you talking about, man?
Dust Tornado, just more spell and trap remove if I need it. Compulse, more monster.
Compulse. Never heard anyone call that, but alright.
Compulse evacuation.
Compulse.
But yeah, it's just
that's probably what they called it back in the GOAT days.
Hey, you just summon BLS. Let me compulse it, and then you have to waste more resources to just get back on the field. Nice.
But priority anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
smacking your cards on the.
Yeah. And then spell shield type.
I know. I like this card. I like this card.
So what this does is that I have to read it. It's been a while since I pulled this.
It negates a spell that like targets something.
Yeah. Negate the activation of a spell that targets. So this is mainly for Metamorphosis.
And it works well with Knock too, doesn't it?
Yeah, Knock it doesn't. Well, Knock doesn't. If they don't side out the Knock and they try to knock something, I guess that applies, but not really for Knock. But mostly this is for Metamorphosis and sometimes Monster Gate if that deck comes up. And then I can just discard. I believe it's a spell card. Yeah, I can just discard a spell card like a Book of Moon that I don't want to fucking use. To just negate any spell. So any power.
So that's why it's in there.
Yeah, that's why it's in there. Because I run way too many power cards I want to discard, but I'll discard that Book of Moon to stop another power card. And yeah, that's pretty much the side deck. There is nothing I can. That
was incredible.
There is nothing really I can say about the side deck. I like it. There's nothing I would change. The only thing I would potentially change in like the main deck is adding a Dust Shoot, removing Skilled Rain, maybe replacing the Book of Moon.
Now I can tag the thumbnail. Insane best combo deck of GOAT format days.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag Team Samurai. This is insane. Just look at the picture. You can tell by his reaction. It's insane.
Whoa. Yeah, Book of Moon. Normal Summon Mystic Swordsman, dude. Best combo of the format, let me tell you.
Probably going to use that little thing you just did there for the thumbnail.
I have like 4 GOAT decks. This is my favorite one, and this is the only one where I've actually gone on my way to get max rated cards for it. Which I haven't finished yet because, Super Dust Shoots are 50s. No, thank you.
Get the DTs.
Oh, yeah, you're right. DTs, man.
I mean, it's like the next best thing.
Champion Pack Sakura 2s, also $50, and I run through that.
Well, let's get the DTs of those too.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well, that's Zoo. It's fun. It's good old reliable when I'm getting my ass kicked.
Good old reliable.
Yeah, whenever I'm playing my other decks, I'm getting my ass kicked. It's like, alright, let me bust out Zoo and just fucking thing. Because this deck's actually really good because, you know, you just force people to use resources to out your stuff, but you out resource them because you just have so much pressure with your beaters and stuff like that.
What happens when someone activates Mirror Force?
Well, then, so call a Haunted 4, appearance Berry 4, and you run a shit ton of beat sticks anyway, so it's fine. The only decks that this decks are good against is the chaos kind of. Standard Go, it's alright. If they have 1,000 triggers when things get a little dicey, but you know, that's why we'd run a bunch of traps and spells to stop that from happening. And then that stupid fucking Pac-Man deck that says, oh hey, you're playing aggro deck, yeah, fuck you. Shout out to John Spurgeon for being a bitch.
Oh god, dude, how am I gonna bleep these out? I don't know how this works.
Oh yeah. Alright, so shout outs to shout out to Lyle Bombo. He's the one that gave me the idea for the and Force Enraged Battle Ox, because before I was running the Water Engine with the Abyss Soldier and the Sinister Serpent, which was fun, but the interaction didn't come up enough for me to like be very, what's the word I'm looking for, attached to it. So I switched it out and I've enjoyed it. He's the one who pretty much gave me the idea for a lot of the stuff. Well, mostly just seeing Rage Battle Ox. That's about it. Everything else I just ripped from the internet. Shout out to Andrew Leon for getting me the Highway Storm and the Noblemen's Crossouts.
And the ulti ring.
I got ulti ring. Did you give me ulti ring?
I did.
When?
For your birthday.
Oh. Well, thanks. Shout out to
Yeah, gee.
Shout out to Andrew Leon for giving me an ulti ring that wasn't first edition, so...
Oh, yeah.
There's a difference, man.
I know, there really is a difference.
I know there is, but... Yeah, that's a shout out to Zoo. It's in red because red means angry, and his deck is very aggressive and angry, like me. But yeah.
No.
Well, thanks for watching my deck profile.
Oh.
Go for a format that doesn't exist anymore.
Well, thank you very much, Josh. Really appreciate your time and all this effort and
you're welcome.
everything you put into this video, heart and soul, and a thumbnail.
Yeah. Hold on, we need a thumbnail.
God damn it, dude.
Whoa.